Guys, I am Mansoor. Welcome to our YouTube channel, The Coders Pitch. Today we will be seeing about what is Adam Optimizer. So this is one of my favorite optimizers. So I will be using this optimizer frequently in our upcoming practical sessions. So please stay with us till the end because this is one of the most commonly used optimizer. Okay, so this will be the last video on optimizers. So next thing we will be seeing about what is um, dropout. So we will be starting with our practical sessions soon. So only 2 or 3 videos are left of theoretical sessions. So after that we'll be starting with our complete practical sessions on single neural network, single hidden layer neural network, multiple hidden layer neural networks, and then we'll be going with CNN, which is convolutional neural network, and we will be seeing what is or is transfer learning, and many things in RNN, like we have LSTM, bidirectional LSTM, BERT, encoders, right? So let's jump into our video. So before going to our video, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe and hit the bell button to get the continuous updates on all our data science videos. Okay, let's start. Coming to this thing, Adam Optimizer is nothing but a combination of two things. First, the abbreviation of Adam is nothing but adaptive momentum. So this is the short form. We'll call it as an Adam Optimizer. Okay. So coming back to our thing, Adam Optimizer we have, right? Adam Optimizer is equal to RMS prop plus momentum. So I know, like, you guys are thinking we have saw this somewhere else, right? It's nothing but we saw RMS prompt before this video. So if you haven't watched those RMS prompt video, please do watch it. We'll be giving the link in the I button. Okay. So Adam Optimizer is nothing but a combination of RMS prompt with momentum. Okay, so we will be solving as we solve what is that equation for RMS prompt, right? Same thing we will be solving for Adam also. First we'll write down the RMS prompt equation, or else we'll do one thing. Before writing down the RMS prompt equation, we'll initialize 4 variables, which is nothing but VDW, SDW, and VDB, SDB. So we initialize this weight or the value to 0. Okay, so we will be computing we will be computing two values, which is nothing but dw and db. Okay, so for computing this two value we need four equations. Correct, because we have four values over here. So we have four values, right? For this we will be needing four equations, because two will be going for RMS prompt, two will be going for momentum. Okay, first we'll write the equation of RMS prompt, which we saw in our previous session. So RMS prompt is nothing but, so I'm again repeating, if you haven't saw RMS prompt, please do watch it, because if you know RMS prompt only, it will be easier, or else it will be like a rocket science to you. You will be not understanding why the beta is coming inside, what will be the value of epsilon or dot. So please do watch the RMS prompt video. Okay, so first we'll write the RMS prompt equation. This is respect to W. SBW is equal to beta 1 ESDW plus 1 minus beta 1 dw the whole square. So hope you guys remember, right? This was our equation for RMS from with respect to W. So we have another equation, right, with respect to B. So that will look something like this. Is TB is equal to beta 1 is DB plus 1 minus beta 1 DB square. right? So this is for RMS prop. Okay, so we wrote the equation of RMS prop. So now we will be writing the equation for momentum. So there will be only single change in momentum. So for momentum, we will be writing initially we will be writing for W, and then we will be writing it for B. So for momentum, VdW is equal to, we'll consider this constant as beta 2. Okay, beta 2 VdW plus 1 minus beta 2. Here we will be writing dW. So we will be not doing the square error. We will be just leaving it as dW, derivative of W. Okay. Then VdB is equal to B2, sorry, beta 2 VdB plus 1 minus beta 2 dB. Okay. This is for momentum. So now we will be doing RMS prompt with momentum. Okay, for doing so, if you guys are seeing this for first time, then it will be very complex thing. So it is nothing here to memorize this equation or something. If you understand the concept behind the RMS prompt, then you can easily able to figure out why this beta is coming here, why, what is the like use of like calculating the derivative here. Okay, so please understand the concept behind the RMS prompt initially. Okay, now we have wrote two equations, one for RMS prompt and one for MOM, which is nothing but momentum. Okay, so now we'll calculate or we'll find a new equation for Adam optimizer. Okay, so for finding the Adam optimizer, we'll consider that this as okay, so this is very small, right? We'll change the color. We'll take something. No. Okay. VDW. Okay. Before taking VD, we'll first, because we initially we have RMS prompt, right? We'll first take RMS prompt itself. First we'll take SDW dash, because we have this SDW, right? So we need to write a corrected version of SDW. So SDW corrected version will be something like SDW dash is equal to SDW divided by 1 minus beta 1 power t. Okay, and so now we wrote for this. Now we need to wrote for B. SDB dash is equal to SDB divided by 1 minus beta 1 power t. Okay, so now we have the two corrected value, SBW and SDB. Okay, now same thing we need to write for momentum also. For momentum, it will something look like this: V dash dW. So it is very small, right? Let's maximize the size of this. VdW dash is equal to VdW divided by 1 minus beta 2 power t, and same thing will apply for VdB dash is equal to VdB divided by 1 minus beta 2 power t. Okay, now we have the two corrected values. Okay, this was our initial RMS prompt, and this was our initial momentum. Okay, so now we have corrected this value with respect to t. Okay, t again, t is an hyperparameter, so we can also say it is an iteration. Okay, we can consider this t iteration. Okay, so now we have two values, which is the old value and now the corrected value. So by using the corrected value, we need to find our what is that, Adam optimizers equation. Okay, so our motive, why we need optimizer is needed to minimize the loss by updating the weights, correct? So what is our initial weight updation formula? W dash or W new is equal to W old minus learning rate derivative of loss with respect to derivative of old. This is our standard formula, right? Correct. This again KSN learning rate. So when we are using an Adam optimizer, this part, right, this derivative of loss with respect to derivative of thing, that will something will change like this. Just we need to write W new is equal to W old minus learning rate. So this is for with respect to W. Okay, learning rate. And here what will come? Just think what we did for RMS prom. We for RMS prom, what we did actually, initially we wrote this W formula, right? What is a W formula? It will be VDW. So we need to put the corrected one, right? So that's why I'm adding dash over here, divided by square root of SDB S dash DW plus epsilon. So I already told we can't divide any number by 0. That's why we are adding this epsilon value over here. Okay. So now we got our equation for W. So now we need to find for what is this? B, right? So we have for W. Now we need to find for B. For B it will be same. W new is equal to W old minus K learning rate of V dash of dB divided by square root of S dash of dB plus epsilon. Simple, right? So now we got, so as per RMS prompt also, we need to update the weight. So we have the two values with respect to W and B. Even in Adam optimizer, we have two values for updating the weights. So one good thing is over here. So if you see here, right, when we compare all the optimizers, so here we can say, right, name itself which says adaptive momentum. So why it is like name is like adaptive momentum? What is the exact layman language meaning of adaptive? Adaptive is nothing but it will adapt everything which you give. Just think how many hyperparameter we are using here. If we just consider, right, we'll just make a box. How many hyperparameter we have? So we'll write it over here. So how many hyperparameter? Initially we'll take learning rate. This is one hyperparameter, right? Second thing, epsilon. Again, it is an hyperparameter. And we can take one more value, which is what we have beta. We are using two betas, right? Beta 1 and beta 2. Beta 2. What we are using again. I think that's it. Right here we can see, right, we have four value to control the value which we are the updated weight which we need to pass in our back propagation technique. Okay, by using these four value we can control our optimizer easily. That's why Adam optimizer is frequently used in most of the problem solving methods. Okay, because we have more control over here by using this multiple parameters. If you just go for this one, what is we have a normal optimizer, we can say is a stochasticated gradient descent. How we can say mini batch stochasticated gradient descent. In mini batch stochasticated gradient descent, what we will be doing, for example, if we have some 5,000 records of data, we will be sending some 200 data. Okay, this will be our batch size. Okay, we have only control over the batch size and the learning rate. Okay, if we go for gradient descent or stochasticated gradient descent, so there will be not even this batch size. In stochasticated gradient descent, we will be passing only one data, so there will be only control over the learning rate. But when we see in this thing, right, Adagrad optimizer, sorry, what is this, Adam optimizer, we have control over the learning rate, the epsilon value, the beta 1 and beta 2 value as well. Hope you guys are clear with why, like what is the advantages of Adam Optimizer and why we use Adam Optimizer frequently. So if you have any queries, you can just comment in the comment section and hit the like button if you like this video, and please stay with us because I'm posting videos on daily basis. So now we have also started a neural, what is that, natural language processing, which is NLP. So we will be soon starting with computer vision also. So I'm actually, my plan is to, so when we are in the mid of deep learning, that's why I started NLP, because NLP will be a combination, like in, if we are going to like read NLP or learn NLP, right, we need to know what is RNN. So now we have completed the basics of deep learning, so I will be starting with ENN and CNN. So once that is completed, we will be going to RNN. So when I am touching RNN, which is LSTM and bidirectional LSTM, at that time we will be about to complete an NLP playlist also. Okay, so that's why I'm like I have some plan to make the videos. That's why I'm making according to that. So please stay with us and follow us on Facebook as well. Until that, tata, bye bye.